Okay, ready for this?
Yeah, hit me.
A recent study claims to have found possible evidence
Yeah?
of alien megastructures.
Really?
Like Dyson Spheres. We're talking about a potential discovery that could rewrite our understanding of civilization as we know it.
It's certainly a fascinating idea, and the study itself, published in the monthly notices of the Royal Astronomical Society, has sparked quite a bit of buzz.
Rightfully so.
Yeah.
But before we dive into the nitty-gritty of the research,
Okay.
let's break down what we're dealing with here.
Okay.
You might be wondering,
Yeah.
what exactly is a Dyson sphere?
Imagine this. A civilization so advanced that it's figured out how to capture the energy of an entire star.
Whoa.
That's the basic premise behind a Dyson sphere. A hypothetical megastructure built to enclose a star and harness its immense power.
So instead of just relying on, like, the tiny fraction of energy that reaches their planet,
Right.
they're using the entire output of their sun.
Exactly.
Talk about thinking big.
And when we say entire output, we mean it.
Okay.
To give you some context, imagine harnessing the power of the sun, which releases more energy in a single second than humanity has used in its entire history.
Whoa, that kind of energy output would put even the most power-hungry Earth nation to shame.
Yeah.
But how would we even detect something like that from light years away?
That's a great question.
You can't exactly see a giant sphere around a star with the backyard telescope.
You're right. It's far more subtle than that.
Okay.
A Dyson sphere, if it exists, wouldn't be directly visible to us with our current technology.
Okay.
Instead, scientists are looking for the telltale signs of its energy collection.
Okay, let's unpack that. What kind of clues would a star-sized power plant leave behind for us to find?
One key indicator is a dimming of the star in visible light. Imagine a planet passing in front of its star, causing a slight dip in brightness.
Yeah.
It's a similar concept with a Dyson sphere, except on a much larger scale.
Okay.
The structure, as it absorbs the star's energy, would block a portion of its light.
So it's like looking for a subtle shadow cast by something truly enormous?
Precisely.
Okay.
But here's where it gets even more intriguing. That absorbed energy has to go somewhere, right?
Right.
It doesn't just disappear. Instead, it would be re-emitted as heat, which we could detect as an increase in infrared radiation.
So we're essentially looking for a specific kind of heat signature, like a cosmic fingerprint left behind by a Type 2 civilization.
You're catching on quickly.
Okay.
And that's exactly what this new study focused on. They analyzed data from various telescopes, not data specifically collected to find Dyson spheres, mind you, looking for these red, glowing blobs in the vastness of space.
Okay.
They found 7 potential candidates that exhibited similar energy signatures.
7 potential Dyson spheres. That's incredible. I know we have to temper our expectations, but that's still a pretty big deal, right?
It's certainly an exciting prospect, but let's take a step back for a moment. Before we jump to conclusions about alien megastructures, we need to understand the sheer scale of what we're talking about, which is where the Kardashev Scale comes in.
Okay, for those of us who aren't familiar with galactic civilization rankings, break it down for us.
Okay.
What is the Kardashev Scale, and where do we, humble humans, fit in?
The Kardashev Scale is a way to classify civilizations based on their energy consumption.
Okay.
It ranges from type Y to type 3, with each type representing a significant leap in technological advancement and energy harnessing capabilities.
So it's like a cosmic ladder.
Yeah.
With each rung representing a higher level of energy mastery.
Exactly.
Okay.
A type I civilization, the first rung on this ladder, can harness all the energy available on its home planet.
Okay.
Think controlling the weather, volcanoes, even earthquakes, essentially, becoming masters of their planet's resources.
Wow. Harnessing the power of an entire planet.
Yeah.
It sounds like something straight out of science fiction.
And yet, it's the first step
on
the Kardashev Scale. Now, a type 2 civilization, the one we're talking about with Dyson spheres, they've graduated to controlling the total energy output of their star.
Okay, so we're talking about harnessing the power of a star that's Dyson sphere territory, right? And just for reference, where do we, with our, solar panels and wind farms, fall on this grand scale of cosmic civilizations?
Honestly?
Yeah.
we're still at the very beginning.
Okay.
We're classified as a Type 0 civilization, meaning we haven't even fully mastered the energy potential of our own planet yet.
Type 0.
Yeah.
So we're like the cosmic toddlers, just starting to explore our playroom.
That's a good way to put it.
No wonder the idea of a Type 2 civilization is so mind-boggling.
Yeah.
But hey, that's why we're here, right?
Right.
To delve into these fascinating possibilities. But go ahead.
While it's tempting to get carried away with the idea of 7 potential alien megastructures out there, it's important to remember that this is still very early in the research.
Right.
We have to approach these findings with a healthy dose of scientific skepticism.
Right. We can't get ahead of ourselves.
Exactly.
So what are some of the challenges in actually confirming if one of these candidates is the real deal?
Whoa.
What else could be causing these intriguing heat signatures?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Right.
Space is teeming with strange and wonderful phenomena,
Right.
many of which could potentially mimic the energy signatures we might expect from a Dyson sphere.
So we're talking about cosmic false positives,
Yes.
things that might look like a duck and quack like a duck, but are actually something else entirely.
Exactly.
What are some of the prime suspects in this cosmic game of Dyson sphere or not?
One of the biggest culprits is something we've already touched upon, gas clouds. These massive clouds of dust and gas, often spanning light years across, are incredibly common throughout the universe.
Yeah.
And guess what? They can emit significant amounts of infrared radiation, creating that telltale glow we associate with the Dyson sphere.
Okay, so a giant cloud of space dust could potentially set off our Dyson sphere alarm bells.
It's possible.
What else? Are there any other cosmic imposters we need to watch out for?
Another factor to consider is the limitations of our own technology.
Okay.
As advanced as our telescopes are,
Right.
they still have their limits.
Sure.
Detecting subtle variations in a star's energy output from across vast distances is no easy feat.
Yeah.
It's entirely possible that the telltale signs of a Dyson sphere, if they're out there, are just too faint for our current instruments to pick up reliably.
So it's like trying to hear a conversation from across a crowded room.
Yeah.
Sometimes the background noise just drowns out the signal we're looking for.
Exactly. And remember, we're working with existing telescope data that wasn't specifically gathered to search for Dyson spheres.
Right.
That adds another layer of complexity.
It's like trying to solve a puzzle.
Yeah.
But some of the pieces might be missing.
It could be.
But even with these challenges,
Sure.
the possibility of finding a Dyson sphere is just too tantalizing to ignore.
Right.
Right.
Oh, absolutely.
It begs the question, what if one of these candidates is the real deal?
What if, indeed?
Right.
That's where things get really exciting.
Okay, I can't take it anymore.
Yeah.
Let's go there. Let's say,
Okay.
just for the fun of it,
Okay.
that one of these candidates does turn out to be
Yeah.
a bona fide Dyson sphere
Yeah.
built by a Type 2 civilization.
Okay.
What would that actually mean? What kind
Yeah.
of universe-shifting implications are we talking about?
Well, for starters,
Mm-hmm.
it would confirm that we are not alone in the universe.
Right?
And not just, it would
Yeah.
mean there are civilizations out there so advanced that they make humanity look like we're just learning our ABCs.
Yeah, a civilization that can build a sphere around a star.
Right.
That's not just a slightly more advanced alien species.
Right.
That's a whole different level of cosmic understanding.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Think about it. A Type 2 civilization would have access to energy resources beyond our wildest dreams.
Right.
That kind of power could fuel technologies we currently consider science fiction.
Okay, I'm ready for my mind to be blown.
Okay.
Give me some specifics.
Okay.
What kind of technology could a Type 2 civilization be wielding?
Well, for starters, travel between stars wouldn't be the monumental challenge it is for us.
Right.
They might have technologies like warp drives
Okay.
or wormholes, allowing them to traverse the vast distances between star systems with ease.
Warp drives and wormholes.
Yeah.
Imagine the places they could go
Yeah.
and the things they could see.
Exactly.
It's like they'd have the keys to the galactic highway.
Exactly. And that's just scratching the surface.
Wow.
They could have developed advanced artificial intelligence, nanotechnology that borders on magic.
Right.
Maybe even ways to manipulate the very fabric of space-time.
Okay, this is way past mind-blowing territory.
Yeah.
We're talking about a level of technological mastery that's almost incomprehensible to us.
It really is.
But here's a question.
Yeah.
If a Type 2 civilization is out there,
Right.
why haven't we made direct contact?
That's a question that has puzzled scientists and philosophers for decades.
Right.
It's possible that they are aware of us but choose not to interfere.
Right.
Or maybe our means of communication are just too primitive for them to even recognize. Like ants trying to send a text message.
Yeah.
The technology just isn't there yet.
Or maybe they just haven't gotten around to us yet. They're probably out there exploring the universe, having intergalactic dinner parties, and we're just a blip on their radar.
It's a humbling thought, isn't it? But even if these 7 candidates turn out to be cosmic mirages, just the act of searching for Dyson spheres has value.
Sure.
It pushes the boundaries of our understanding and forces us to think beyond our current limitations.
I completely agree. It's like that old saying, shoot for the moon.
Right.
Even if you miss, you'll land among the stars.
Exactly.
We might not find a Dyson sphere today.
Right.
Or even in our lifetimes.
Yeah.
But the very act of searching expands our horizons.
It does.
And ignites our imagination.
It does.
And who knows, maybe someday, far into the future, humanity will have climbed the Kardashev Scale.
Yeah.
Mastered the energy of our own star.
That's right.
And it'll be our turn to leave our cosmic signature on the universe for others to find.
Wouldn't that be something? It's a legacy worth striving for, don't you think?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, on that inspiring note, we've reached the end of our deep dive.
Okay.
To all you listeners out there, keep looking up at the stars and never stop asking those big what-if questions.
That's right.
The universe is full of wonders, and who knows what we'll discover next. Until next time.